I want you to look. She is adorable. How is that? Can you tell? Testing. Wait a minute. Oh, it's on. Yeah, I'm on. Testing. Dennis, you good? How's Frank? Good to see y'all. All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1. Good morning, y'all. Hey, I wanted to sort of give a little pause and get us all started at the same time because I want y'all to give a big congratulations. Congratulations. Come on, y'all. Come on. Wake up. I want y'all to give a big congratulations. Congratulations to Lindsay and Nathan. Maybe you saw their Facebook pictures. They were married yesterday, and they're off to Jamaica for their honeymoon. Now, I'm not saying that I expect them to watch this anytime during their honeymoon, but just in case sometime in the future they do watch it, Lindsay and Nathan, y'all know that we're thinking about you, wishing we were with you, and man, I can't imagine. Can y'all imagine? Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should plan a trip to Jamaica and have Sunday school in Jamaica. Y'all in? Y'all in? All right, let me start something around. David has been working since he got here to develop a logo for the student ministry, a new logo for the student ministry, and all of that has been finalized recently, and they've printed t-shirts. So, if you would like a t-shirt with the student ministry of Duncan First on it, and maybe you got kids, and if you got kids, then that's a perfectly good reason to have a t-shirt. If you don't have kids, if you just want to have a shirt to promote what's going on in our church, wherever you wear it, somebody might say, hey, what's that all about? It might be a good outreach tool or an invitation door opener to invite people to our church. Come on in, Kelly. So I'm going to pass that around. If you're interested in the Pursuit t-shirts, it's on its way around. All right, happy Mother's Day. Everybody, let's do that. If you're not a mother, you can be quiet. The rest of us will give you a happy Mother's Day. All right. All right. Brandy has her newest one with her this morning. The last one, too. Are you sure? So you've told John it's a headache from here on out. Really? Wow, John. Sorry, dude. She finally figured out what caused all that. Let me tell y'all the schedule. Paula may come drifting in. We have been, she's not here? You hadn't seen her? You did see her, and she's not coming in? Okay. Well, Paula's not coming in. We have been hit with some allergy flyovers because we've been out in the yard a lot this week. It's been beautiful weather. Maybe y'all been out in the yard too. And we got tickled yesterday because our cat was walking around the backyard sneezing. So it's just hitting everybody. But when Paula takes Zyrtec, she goes into this haze. And I knew she was struggling this morning. So I didn't even know if she was here yet or might be. But she is here. She's just not going to come in. Okay, here's what we're going to do, guys, or class. The next 2 weeks, today and next week, we're going to turn couple into 2 lessons. They're going to take half of it this morning. I'll take half of it next week. Paula will actually be gone next week, so she won't be with us next week either. But the cool thing about her book, there she is. Paula is here with us. Don said you weren't coming. Did you tell Don you weren't coming? Anyway, the cool thing about Paula's book is Paula's book touches on the couple theme from a communication perspective. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you couple the next 2 Sundays. Come on in, y'all. And then when Paula gets back 2 weeks from now, she is going to touch on the couple theme from the other book from the communication perspective. So some of the things are kind of crunching together. But When are you? Have you decided when you're going to do the forgiveness chapter? Okay. Well, anyway, there's a chapter. There's there's a chapter. There's a chapter in her book on forgiveness, and she's going to be teaching that in the weeks to come. So anyway, it's good to see y'all. Okay, as I told y'all last week, this session, we've moved into the second session of the book, the energizing cycle. His love motivates her respect motivates his love. Notice we're off the crazy cycle. Our emphasis on the crazy cycle is over with. The crazy cycle is always a reality. We can always spin it, but we're trying to slow it down. We're trying to stop it. We're trying to prevent it. We're looking for new strategies. And so we've said goodbye to the crazy cycle. Now, when it comes to couple, in the book, in the Love and Respect book, the chapters that deal with this acronym are for the guys. So guys, I'm talking to y'all. Ladies, y'all may say amen. You may cheer. You may say he'll never get it. He'll never do it. I've given up hope. Whatever you need to say to be supportive, but be supportive. You may listen in, but don't be too harsh, because after we do couple, we're going to do chairs, and that's where we step on the women's toes, or give y'all an opportunity to be your best. Okay, couple, how to spell love to your wife. Guys, our wives not only desire love, but they desire closeness. Now, I'm going to take y'all back because I love to do this. How do guys, more importantly, how do boys show closeness with other boys? Beat each other up. I'm so glad you said that. I am so glad you said that. I grew up in a neighborhood, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's South Park or Sandlot. Anybody see the movie Sandlot? All of those little coming-of-age movies growing up. You could have put me and my friends in my neighborhood in any of those. I mean, that's, you know, I loved it. I had a cool growing up experience and hanging out. But we used to beat on each other, not trying to kill each other, but I mean, that's just what we did. And not long after Paul and I got married, I was, I guess for lack of a better word, trying to wrestle. And she's like, "You're hurting me." And I'm like, "No, I'm playing. I want you to play." And it didn't end happy, because she was like, "I don't know why you're not doing what I tell you to do. And I told you were hurting me, and it's hurting, and blah, 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 blah." So here's the deal, guys. We know something about closeness. Danny Vaughn, how do grown-ups, how do grown men do closeness? Smoke a cigar. Make fun of one another. Smoke a cigar. Now, girls, how many of y'all want to go out and smoke a cigar with me and Danny Vaughn? See. Okay, so, guys, we get closeness. We are not oblivious to closeness. We do closeness with our buddies. Now, whether or not we do closeness with our wives, and whether or not we do closeness with our wives well, that depends on who we are and what our relationship is like, how it's developed over the years. But, guys, we're without excuse. We can't let on like, "I don't know what you want." Hey, we do closeness. So, there are some words that come out of our chapter on closeness that I've put on the board. One is face-to-face involvement. Now, can I get a witness, girls, because y'all are our cheerleaders? Have any of you ever been talking to your guy and he appeared to not be listening? Yes, that's happened. Guys, we've got to grow out of that. We've got to learn how to, we got to adopt different strategies. We got to do something different. Here is an excellent example from our book, and the author says that he learned everything he needed to know about closeness from his 4-year-old. And he tells a story about him and his 4-year-old doing something, and she was just chattering up a storm, and she said, "Look at me, Daddy." And he said, "I'm looking." And she said, "Look at me, Daddy." And he said, "I'm looking." And she ran over and grabbed his face and turned her face in her direction. And so, proverbially, that's what our wives want. That's what our ladies are trying to, when it comes to closeness, that's what they're trying to get from us. They're trying to get our attention. Multitasking is not an excuse. Doing more than one thing at a time is not an excuse. Being able to chew gum and walk at the same time is not an excuse. There comes a time, guys, when we have to tune out to everything around us and tune in to our wives. And so one of the words, or one of the descriptions, is face-to-face involvement. And then another word that I like that came from the chapter is connectivity. And that is an excellent example, or an excellent word to describe the closeness that our wives desire and need from us. They need us to connect with them. Now, in this chapter, there's a line, and the line represents two ends of extreme, and on one end is involvement, which the author and lifetime counselor says is where women are. Ladies are all about being involved. But on the other end of that line, guys are all about independence. This part of this book makes so much sense to me. For our entire marriage, I've had to try to grow into this involvement, because where I came from, it was all about independence. When I was born, my mother mentally did not do well after childbirth. And I spent the first 6 months of my life living with an aunt. And then I went home, and some of my earliest and most fond memories are really not at my home, but at the home of caretakers that helped my family when my mom wasn't doing well, that were part of my dad's church. And so from an early age, everybody in our house, it was always an independent household. By the 5th grade, I could wash all the clothes in the house that needed to be washed. And that includes laundry and everything. I mean, you know, how the hamper fills up, and, you know, sisters and brothers have gone on and moved out. And where did I learn that from? I didn't learn it from Mom. Mom didn't say, "Lamar, you need to be strong. You need to be independent. When you go off to college, you need to wash your own clothes." She didn't say that. When Mom wasn't doing well, Mom was in the bed or in the hospital. And so the older brothers and sisters, they did whatever had to be done. Well, I learned that from them. By the 5th grade, and I say by the 5th grade because all of this stuff started before the 5th grade, but what I'm telling you is by 11 years old, I could function around the house. At 11 years old, in the 5th grade, my name was added to the checkbook. Had my dad's name, my mom's name, and my name. I used to go in the grocery store and write checks, y'all. I used to take the grocery. Now, I couldn't drive to the grocery store, but I would go in the grocery store with a grocery list and write stupid checks. I know something about being independent. And when you grow up and you're that independent, guess what that does to involvement? To be quite honest with you, it's a little annoying. Why you need my help? Why you want me here beside you? Why don't you do your part? Tell me what my part is. You get out there and get to working. When I get ready, I'll come do my part. No. Paula wants us to do things together. And so, hey, what are we talking about? We're talking about the differences between male and female. We're talking about the differences between husbands and wives. Ultimately, we're talking about the love that she most desires and the respect he desperately needs. And we're talking about doing what we need to do to allow our marriage to be at its maximum. So, all right, cheerleaders, y'all get to do this 3 times, because if y'all have the book or don't have the book, I guess I need to stay with if you have the book. If you have the book, you need to dog ear 133, because here is a cheat sheet, guys. Here's a cheat sheet. Now, here's how we're going to do this, girls. Since y'all are our cheerleaders and we're allowing y'all to watch what we need to be tending to, we're going to let y'all cheer loudly if you agree. So, guys, here's our cheat sheet. Your wife feels close to you when you hold her hand. Your wife feels close to you when you hug her. Gosh, y'all are... Man, if we were in the 4th quarter on the final drive, I don't know if y'all would pull us through. Oh, God. Where is Caroline? Caroline, I hope you watch this, because this is for you, baby. Your wife feels close to you when you are affectionate without sexual intentions. By the way, Kyle needs to be here too. He wants to argue without clothes on. Your wife... Your There's just something about that. Dang you, Kyle. You shouldn't have put that picture in our minds. Your wife feels close to you when you are with her alone, so you can focus on each other and laugh together. Girls, y'all are still cheering. Oh, my God. All right, y'all. I'm just going to confess my sin, and I'm going to ask Paula to, you can't cheer, but don't jeer. Your wife feels close to you when you go for a walk or jog. Anything that results in togetherness. Let me tell y'all what this stupid guy did 2 or 3 years ago. My wife convinced me that couch to 5K was a good idea. Who were you going to do it with?
The first bridge run.
Yeah, the girls going to the Cooper River Bridge run. So you know, I'm a guy, and I'm Lamar. So I can't do anything without spending some money. So I went out and bought me about a $90 pair of shoes. And we started couch to 5K. And week 1 wasn't bad because, honest to goodness, you're walking a whole lot more than you're jogging. The second week, I didn't like it at all, but honestly, it wasn't too bad. The third week, that's all I got. That's all I got. When the jogging got to be more than the walking and I got to hurting, I bailed out. She can do the bridge run on her own. Okay, ladies, do y'all want to go for walks or jogs or anything that results in togetherness? Cheer. Your wife feels close when you seek her out, set up a date night, eat by candlelight. I don't know. And arrange for babysitting. Get rid of the kids. Get rid of them. When you go out of your way to do something for her, like run an errand. Okay. When you make it a priority to spend time with her. When you are aware of her as a person with a mind and opinions. I've never doubted your opinion. Let her know you enjoy discussing things with her and getting her insights. Your wife feels close to you when you suggest the unexpected. Get takeout and eat on the beach. Take a walk to see the full moon. Park on the bluff and watch the sunset. I don't know where this guy lives or where he pastors, but I don't have any bluffs or beach sides in Duncan. Must be. Okay, all right. This is for Kyle and Caroline and everybody else. Your wife feels close to you when you pillow talk. I just had a thought. When you pillow talk after making love, lie close with your arm around her and share feelings and intimate ideas. And never turn on Sports Center or Nightline. Guys, tell me you hadn't done that. Tell me you hadn't rolled over and hit the clicker. No. Now, look. Somebody said they was too tired. If this was a room full of guys, I got a perfect comeback for that, but I'm gonna keep it rated G for Sunday school. Okay. All right. We're going to openness now. Now, remember how to spell love to your wife. What time is it, somebody? 10:01. Okay. That's good. We can speed things up. Openness, and I'm going to jump ahead to the next chapter because the author makes the point that each of these build upon the other. Any one of these are okay by themselves. But if you start with closeness, closeness will lead to openness. And openness will lead to understanding. And there's a lot that I could say here, guys, but openness can be really boiled down to this statement right here. Talk, listen, and talk some more. Because listen, y'all, I'm the world's worst. I admit this from day one. I mean, and it's really bad here at church on Sunday morning. Now, it don't really come across right here, and it may not come across on the pulpit. But if y'all try to talk to me on Sunday morning, anytime before right here and in between until after church, you're likely to get a blank stare and a nod and a and feel like, man, Lamar, hello, are you there? Are you listening? Am I annoying you? Now, that's me at church on Sunday morning, but it's also more of a guy thing than it is a gal thing. And so, guys, if we are guilty of doing that at home in communication with our wives, we will never experience openness. And I would just say this, and probably watch the correction that I'm about to make. Guys, to help us move from openness to understanding, this would probably be a better illustration. Girls, cheerleaders, would you agree? Maybe it would be helpful in helping our wives realize the love she most desires if we listen, talk, and listen some more. Because listening is going to lead to understanding. And understanding is built upon the principle that the author has taught us about the differences between blue and pink. Guys, sometimes we spin the crazy cycle because we just don't listen enough, pay attention enough to ever get it right. And when we never attempt, from our wife's perspective, through the pink glasses, through the pink hearing aids, when we never attempt to get it right, it leaves them in a position to feel about us like we don't care about them. And so it's very important that we listen so that we can gain understanding. What's the movie with the chairs? Oh, I can't use that illustration without the name of the movie. Paul and I watched a girly chick a long, long time ago, and this guy, it's typical girly chick. You know where it's going. You know they're going to, chick flick. They're gonna live happily ever after. It starts once upon a time. It ends happily ever after. And in the movie, the guy is paying attention to the girl. And somewhere in the movie, she's looking for chairs. And I don't even remember the significance of it. And this guy shows up with the chairs on the back of his truck. And so Paula used that to help me see, Is it phenomenon? Yeah. Phenomenon. And she said, you got to understand, to get me chairs or just the chairs. Just got to understand it. You just got to get that. And the point was that, listen, I probably still could not tell you my wife's favorite color, my wife's shoe size. She don't want me to know her dress size because she keeps shrinking and, wants me to, I know that when we got married, it was a 4. Is that right? You're headed back there, aren't you? Was a 3. It was a 3. Tiny little thing. Anyway, but let me tell you some little things that I've picked up on. Just little things that I've picked up on. Again, independence. Let's talk about independence for a moment and back to my upbringing. There came a point, really by the 6th grade. 6th grade, I began getting money on all special occasions. Christmas, I got money. Go get what you want. Birthday, I got money. Go get what you want. I loved it, y'all. Do y'all remember how old would I have been? I'm 12 years ago. 12, I'm 46. Y'all do the math. I'm from Gaffney. Do y'all remember back that long ago when Record Bar used to be at Westgate Mall? Do y'all remember the end of the year sales just after Christmas? You could go in there and get cassette tapes for nothing. Oh man, I love that. Guess who got married and wanted to give money in a card? Guess who did not understand a thing? Okay, do a little better. Let me tell you all about this week. Paula, Mother's Day, birthday coming up. How about I take you shopping? Now what that means is, not what you may think it is, it's Paula and Lamar's version of shopping. She wants to go in any direction and look at all the outdoor places. The tents with plants, the country boys, all the other. That's her cup of tea. And I go and I walk with her, maybe hold her hand a little bit, I don't remember. I'm not that good, was I? Was I that good? I did hold her hand a little. Held her hand a little. Okay, so another thing is cards. Cards. I am philosophically opposed to cards because I think that cards are trash. In other words, what I'm saying is people have convinced us to buy something that someone else is going to drop in the trash can. Okay, now some people do better with cards than I do, but see, I never understood. I didn't care. I had a problem with understanding, so, you know, just bulling through, blah, blah, blah. Any old card will do. Oh, guess what? Any old card won't do. It appears in this card that you just walked in the store and picked up something. So, not for y'all, but for her, and she got it. I had a sneezing fit at 3:30 in the morning last night. I had to get out of bed, go down, all the mess that goes on. Okay, so while I'm there, hey, I Google imaged Mother's Day, found a cute, happy Mother's Day, put it on her Facebook page, and when we woke up this morning, I clicked my phone on and said, here's your Mother's Day card. You know what? You want to know why she loved it? Because she knew that I had thought about her. And it wasn't just a wasted, it was creative. It just, hey, you know what? Well, guess what, guys? Here's what happens. Here's how I forgot something. I'll get back to it. Here's how we gain understanding. We watch, we listen, we learn, and we repeat. And we keep doing it over. This is a cycle. Just think it never ends. Why? Listen, guys, when your wife has a toddler, you can learn so many things by watching her interaction with that toddler. But what happens when you cue in? Oh, this will be meaningful. And we'll go buy one of those little Mother's Day kits and stick our handprint or footprint. Ain't nobody doing that when that kid's 17. What are you going to do? Put a tire tread in the little plaster? Happy Mother's Day. So you see why I say you have to repeat? You have to watch, listen, learn, and repeat, because we're always growing, we're always changing, and we're trying to get out of ruts, guys. I'm the biggest rut dweller on the planet. Just let me score one time. Just let me, I don't mean that for, I didn't mean that for Kyle. Just let me get a attaboy one time, and guess what? She'll get that repeated 22 times. Because I'm so happy that I got something. I give it back again. And finally she says, stop it. Start paying attention a little more. Okay, here's what I forgot, y'all. Openness. Dog ear, y'all. Page 144. We're going to do this real quick because the first bell's rung. Your wife feels you are open to her when you share your feelings, telling about your day and difficulties. You say, let's talk. Ask her what she's feeling and ask her for opinions. Your face shows you want to talk. Relaxed body language. good eye contact. You take her for a walk to talk and reminisce about how you met, or perhaps you talk about the kids and problems she may be having with them. You pray with her. You give her your full attention, no grunting responses while trying to watch TV. Dang, I ain't got that far yet. Read the newspaper or write emails. You discuss financial concerns, possible job changes, or ideas for your future. Now, that's our cheat sheet, page 144, guys, for openness. Now, cheat sheet for understanding, 154. She'll feel you're trying to understand her when you listen and can repeat back what she said. Now, gals, I need y'all to understand this. Now, I don't know about your man, but if Paula said something to me, and then she turned around and said, "Tell me what I said," that would so spin the crazy cycle. I mean, that would really. So, guys, what I'm saying, gals, what I'm saying, don't start making understanding a test. That can spin the crazy cycle. But guys, come on, let's listen. Let's listen well enough to where we can respond in a way that shows we've been paying attention. You don't try to fix her problems unless she specifically asks for a solution. You try to identify her feelings. You never dismiss her feelings, no matter how illogical they may seem to you. You say, "I appreciate your sharing that with me." You don't interrupt her when she's trying to tell you how she feels. You apologize and admit you were wrong. You cut her some slack during her monthly cycle. Thank God for menopause. You see something that needs to be done and you do it without a lot of hassle. You express appreciation for all she does. "Honey, I could never do your job." And by the way, that is absolutely right at our house. And you pray with her and for her. So, guys, as we go through these sections, there's some cheat sheets. And there's some practical things that will help us love our wives and love her in the way that she most desires. Couple, how to spell love to your wife: closeness, openness, understanding. Next week, we'll fill in the second half of that. Thank y'all for being here. Wait a minute, hang on. What?